Chiney Ogwumike ended up giving her 10 cents on what's going on with the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark.
Start with you. Fever have now dropped to one game below 500. So they had such a high expectations coming into this season. Clark has missed 5 games prior to today, obviously, but are you worried at all about them?
I'm not necessarily worried. I do think it's an adjustment period no matter whose star comes back and changes the dynamics of a game. Everyone takes time to get going, and I'm not so worried about the Fever just yet. They do need to string wins together, though, to be able to keep a good position in the standings.
Chiney Ogwumike just called out the Indiana Fever on ESPN.
Fever have now dropped to one game below 500.
Saying they look lost out there, and she's not wrong. From sloppy rotations to wasted talent,
no starter scored more than 12 points.
This team is spiraling. But is Caitlin Clark really the problem? Or is she the only thing keeping them afloat? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk facts.
It's a lot of panicking, man. I'm not panicking.
I think they just need to get everybody on the court together and play together. Yeah. Sometimes that reintegration game, that comeback game, is actually a tough one because they've been playing a certain way without her. Now you have to reintegrate her, but only in short bursts, and it just makes everything awkward for everyone.
Chiney Ogwumike didn't just throw shade.
Such a high expectations coming into this season.
She laid out exactly why this Fever team looks completely disconnected. After winning the Commissioner's Cup, expectations were high, but now they've slipped below .500, and it's clear something's off. Against top-tier teams, no starter is even breaking 12 points.
And no starter scored more than 12 points.
That's not a Caitlin Clark issue. That's a system issue. Chiney pointed out how hard it is to reintegrate a star like Caitlin mid-season, especially when she's being subbed in for short 3 to 4 minute spurts.
They were also only playing her into 3-4 minute spurts to ease her into it.
The rhythm gets thrown off and the offense looks awkward. There's no flow, no identity, and no trust in what they're trying to run. This isn't about effort. It's about execution.
They have to work their way back into getting into that Indiana Fever team.
The Fever don't look like a team that knows who they are anymore. They came into the season with a clear plan, but injuries, lineup changes, and poor adjustments have erased all of that. Chiney didn't single out any one player. She called out the system, and right now the system is broken. Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark is not the reason the Fever are struggling. She's been battling a groin injury
Clark has missed 5 games prior to today, obviously, but
that kept her out of 5 games. And even when she returned, she was clearly not at 100%. She's being eased in with short bursts on the floor.
Here comes 3 bad games, and now she has to sit out because that groin or that quad is messing with her.
3 to 4 minutes at a time. And you can't expect a player like Caitlin to find rhythm under those conditions. People are quick to say she's in a slump, but they ignore the bigger picture. She dropped a triple-double right after returning.
Caitlin Clark wasn't injured. I believe she has an amazing season so far. The record is looking way better.
That's not someone who's lost. That's someone who can take over a game when healthy and trusted. And let's not forget, even Steph Curry has had shooting slumps.
When they took Caitlin off the floor, she didn't play that many minutes. She played a good amount, but she didn't play as many as she usually plays.
It's part of the game. What's unfair is how quickly narratives shift. One week, she's the savior. The next, people act like the team is better without her. But Caitlin has been playing through pain, dealing with disrupted rotations, and trying to reestablish chemistry with teammates who've also been in and out of the lineup. That's not underperformance. That's survival.
All right, let's not try to play like she's just 100% and been out here slum-dogging it.
The idea that the Fever are better without Caitlin Clark? That's just nonsense. Let's look at the facts. When Clark was on the floor with Michaela Onyenwere and Dantas,
Caitlin, Michaela, shout out Michaela, man. Michaela was looking amazing. Shout out Michaela, Dantas. When those 3 was on the floor, the game started to come closer to an actual game you can watch.
The team actually started to come alive. The offense flowed better, the ball movement improved, and they began clawing back into games. So if she's the problem, why does everything fall apart when she's off the court?
When they took Caitlin Clark off the floor, we should have saw a difference. We should have saw some type of increase of gameplay, but there was none of that going on.
The answer is simple. She's the engine. Whether she's at the one or playing off ball for a few possessions.
If the moments of Ari and Caitlin being on the floor comes about, one is at the guard, one is at the 2. It's as simple as that.
The defense has to adjust when she's out there. That opens up space for everyone else. What's really dragging this team down is the coaching. The rotations have been all over the place. Players like A.R. McDonald are being thrown into lineups without clear roles.
Ari McDonald and Caitlin Clark never played with each other, so they have to figure out how that's going to work.
In one game, Clark barely touched the ball for stretches, and in another, the spacing was completely broken. That's not on Caitlin. That's on whoever is calling the shots.
You need to pay attention to the details of your screens.
When your best playmaker isn't being used properly, and your star rookie is constantly being pulled in and out of rhythm, of course things are going to look lost. Caitlin Clark doesn't need to be rescued. She needs to be trusted. At the end of the day, Chiney Ogwumike's words should be a wake-up call. Not for Caitlin Clark, but for the Indiana Fever as a whole. This team has the talent. They've got shooters, defenders, and most importantly, they've got a generational playmaker in Caitlin Clark. But until the rotations make sense and the coaching staff starts playing to their players' strengths, we're going to keep seeing the same chaos on the floor. The Fever don't need a miracle.
You know, our backs is against the wall. We need to figure it out right now.
They just need structure, trust, and time. So don't buy into the noise. Caitlin's not the problem. She's the foundation. And when this team finally locks in, they're going to be dangerous. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Chiney right? Can the Fever turn it around? And do you believe Caitlin's being used the right way? Drop your thoughts, hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.